Since the showrunners intend to cover Death's End, the third book in Season 3, it's likely that the Trisolarans will reach the solar system in the second half of Season 2. This means that we will witness one of the most spectacular space battles ever depicted on screen, showing humanity's desperate attempt to hold the line against an overwhelmingly superior alien force. The consequences of this encounter will fundamentally alter the course of the story, leading to a radical shift in humanity's fate. In the adaptation of the second novel, The Dark Forest, the story will take a dramatic leap in scale. Given the novel's vast timeline, which spans several centuries, Season 2 is poised to be significantly broader in scope. In contrast to Season 1's focus on a single main storyline, Season 2 is expected to adopt a broader macroscopic perspective, highlighting humanity's grand preparations and revealing the fundamental truths that define the Dark Forest universe. A pivotal moment in the story will be humanity's first direct observation of the approaching Trisolaran fleet via telescopes. This observation will catalyze unprecedented global efforts in technological and military advancement, preparing humanity for the immense conflict looming on the horizon. This moment is likely to be a powerful scene in the show, visually conveying the sheer magnitude of the conflict that awaits. To accurately capture the long timescales of the Dark Forest, the show will likely use cryosleep as a narrative device, enabling key characters to jump forward in time by decades between episodes. This approach will give viewers a sense of the massive, ever-evolving human civilization as it prepares for war, without losing continuity with familiar characters. As the second book unfolds, humanity embarks on one of history's largest defense projects, constructing massive shipyards to build a formidable space fleet. The series will need to portray the rapid advancement of human technology, deep space colonization, and the expansion of infrastructure across the solar system. Perhaps the most anticipated moment of Season 2 will be the revelation of the Dark Forest itself, a concept that fundamentally alters humanity's understanding of the universe. This theory posits that intelligent civilizations must remain hidden, as any detected civilization is always exterminated by superior ones. When contact is established with another civilization in the vast expanse of space, one of the immediate and critical challenges is the lack of understanding regarding their intentions and capabilities. This uncertainty is further compounded by the difficulties in establishing meaningful communication, which hampers efforts to gain insights into their nature. The severity of this issue becomes apparent when considering that even a Type 1 civilization on the Kardashev scale possesses the technological prowess to develop relativistic weapons. These weapons, which travel at near light speed, are practically impossible to intercept or counter once deployed, regardless of the targeted planet's defensive measures. Amidst this concerning reality, some might question why a hostile civilization would attempt to make contact in the first place. However, it is crucial to recognize that distinguishing between an intentional attempt at communication and a mere byproduct of their activities is incredibly difficult. This ambiguity leaves humankind with three primary options upon receiving a signal from a distant planet. 1. Maintain silence and attempt to remain undetected, avoiding any potential risks associated with engaging an unknown and potentially dangerous civilization. 2. Launch a preemptive relativistic weapon strike to neutralize the perceived threat before they discover our existence. 3. Transmit a signal in their direction, taking a chance that they will not respond with aggression upon detecting our presence. While individuals tasked with making such decisions may struggle with the ethical implications, governments will likely prioritize the safety and security of their populations. Consequently, it is probable that most governments would opt for a preemptive strike. Some may choose to remain silent, and very few, if any, would choose to leave their citizens at the mercy of an alien civilization Once humans acquire the ability to destroy planets without leaving evidence pointing to their origin, and with an increased understanding of the dark forest theory, some may argue that the decision to launch a preemptive strike will become more alluring, despite the ethical implications. This realization has profound and unsettling consequences, as it suggests that, in the vast majority of cases, establishing contact between civilizations ultimately leads to the mutual destruction of both. By the time any meaningful communication can occur, given the immense interstellar distances involved, the decision to launch a preemptive strike has likely already been made. It's important to acknowledge that traditional concepts of a Type 2 civilization often involve constructing a Dyson sphere around its host star to harness its energy. However, in a dark forest-type galaxy, this would be impossible, as such a structure would inevitably attract the attention of more advanced civilizations, which would preemptively destroy it. As a result, any Type 2 civilization in a dark forest galaxy would need to find alternative methods of energy production, since building megastructures would pose an existential threat to its survival. When considering the Trisolaran civilization's position on the Kardashev scale during their lengthy journey to our solar system, it could be argued that they essentially regressed to a Type 0 status, given their negligible energy consumption during this period. Therefore, to accurately assess their civilization, we need to examine their state prior to their interstellar voyage. Although some suggest that the Trisolarans fall somewhere between Type 1 and Type 2, some also contend that they haven't even reached Type 1 status. This view is rooted in the Trisolarans' apparent difficulty in exerting control over their planetary system, raising questions about their capacity to fully harness their homeworld's energy resources. To put this into perspective, we should note that our own civilization currently sits at around Type 0.73 on the Kardashev scale. The suggestion that the Trisolarans rank below Type 1 implies that our civilization would need to rapidly advance to a state where billions of people are capable of space travel within just a few decades, a scenario that seems highly unlikely. Taking into account the Trisolarans' impressive accomplishments, building a space fleet to house their entire population, propelling this massive armada at 1% of the speed of light, and developing planetary-scale computers, it becomes clear that their energy consumption far exceeds the threshold of a Type 1 civilization.